Tesla's latest report shows a 12% degradation in battery pack capacity over 200,000 miles. The top 3 things most people buying an electric vehicle EV want to know are: how much does it cost? How far can it go on a charge? And how long will the battery last? The first one is easy, as the manufacturer suggested retail price MSRP in any local, state, and federal tax incentives tell you how much you will pay. Likewise, the range on a charge is provided by the Environmental Protection Agency EPA testing reported on the vehicle sticker. The last question of how long the EVs battery will last is not so easy. Factors affecting battery life. How long the battery in an EV will last depends on a variety of things. For starters, any EV sold in the US today has a battery warranty of at least 8 years and 100,000 miles. The details are less clear. First, EVs are so new that few have been on the road for more than 6 years. Almost 30% of EVs on US highways were sold in 2022. Of the EVs like some Tesla models and the Nissan Leaf that have been around for more than 8 years, very few of the batteries have been replaced, implying that the lifetime of an EV battery, with proper care, could be more than 10 and perhaps as much as 20 years. Aside from recalls of the Chevrolet Bolt and Hyundai Kona to replace defective battery packs, replacement of the entire pack has been extremely rare. Degradation. Another factor is degradation. Every time the lithium-ion battery in an EV is charged and discharged, considered one cycle, a tiny amount of its capacity to store electrical energy is lost. Lithium-ion batteries are capable of thousands of such cycles, and an EV owner will rarely discharge their car completely and then fully recharge it. Nevertheless, over time and with several charging cycles, the EV battery begins to degrade. Different car companies handle the degradation differently. Tesla, for example, guarantees that the Model 3 standard range battery will maintain at least 70% capacity for 8 years or 100,000 miles, whichever comes first. The Model Y guarantees 70% capacity up to 120,000 miles, and the Model S and Model X guarantee the same 70% up to 150,000 miles or 8 years. General Motors has an 8-year, 100,000-mile warranty but specifies that between 10% and 40% is possible for the warranty period. BMW and Volkswagen have 8 years and 100,000 miles with 70% capacity. Hyundai's built in 2020 and beyond have a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty at 70% capacity. Tesla Impact Report. Tesla's recently released Impact Report 2022 reports that its batteries Model S and Model X only degrade about 12% over 200,000 miles. The company's previous Impact Report, released in 2021, indicated a 10% loss over 200,000 miles. Battery charging rate. Some different factors determine how much and how quickly a lithium-ion battery pack will degrade. Chief among these is the rate at which a battery is charged. Charging slowly, overnight, for example, while attached to a home charger, puts less stress on the battery materials, while DC fast charging at high voltages and currents degrades the battery more rapidly and creates heat within the battery, which is an enemy to the battery cells. The most effective way to increase battery life is to do most of the charging at home with a slow charger and use DC fast charging or Tesla supercharging only when traveling across the country or when it becomes absolutely necessary. Depth of discharge. Another way that lithium-ion cells can degrade more rapidly depends upon how often they are fully discharged. The depth of discharge DOD measures this and is a percent of the total pack capacity discharged before the battery is recharged. If a 100 kilowatt kW battery is discharged by using up to 80 kilowatts, for example, its DOD is 80%. Studies have indicated that a 50% DOD is optimum for reducing degradation. In addition, constantly charging a battery pack to 100% also degrades its performance more rapidly, as does discharging it below 20%. Unless long-distance travel requires a full battery capacity, it is better for battery life to keep between 20 and 80%, with a DOD of about 50%. Size of the battery pack. If you are using only 50% of the pack capacity, then having a bigger pack can make it easier to travel longer distances or avoid recharging during the day. A larger size battery pack can also still provide an acceptable EV range, even if the pack has degraded by up to 30%. For example, if your EV is capable of 300 miles when it is new and has degraded 30% in 8 years, it will still offer a 210-mile range, which might still allow the vehicle to be used as before. An EV with a smaller pack with a 200-mile range will only be able to travel 140 miles on a charge if it degrades 30% and may no longer be capable of fulfilling its owner's goals. On the other hand, larger packs cost more to purchase, take longer to charge, and weigh more, using up consumables like tires and brakes more quickly. Keep EVs longer. Traditionally, gasoline engine vehicles have a life somewhere around 200,000 to 250,000 miles before their complicated internal combustion engine fails in such a way that repairing the vehicle is no longer cost-effective. EVs, however, have a much simpler and more reliable drivetrain. A battery pack that no longer performs above 70% of its capacity can be changed for a new pack, one that could also incorporate innovations and performance improvements. This should be less expensive than purchasing an all-new vehicle, and it is possible the days of trading in an older car for a new one will soon be numbered. It's a prospect that has traditional automakers, who for nearly a century have sold the public on the idea that they need a new car every 3 to 5 years, very worried.